Welcome to Pod Me If You Can TV, and Lloyd, you've got a Kevin Bacon film today.
This week's movie was a request from Andy. Andy, thank you so much. If you guys have a request for us, leave a comment below or go to our Facebook page and just leave a comment there. We take all requests pretty seriously. This film is called Tremors. It came out in 1990 and it stars Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward. It is done in the tradition of the 50s B-movie horror classics. A very small ex-mining settlement with a population of about 15 people, so basically picture this desert town, is under siege by gigantic worms that respond to vibrations. The people of the town hold out and must work together to outsmart and destroy the monsters. Now, I am ashamed to have not seen this film in the early 90s. This film is one of the best buddy horror action comedies I have ever seen. Not as great as the grand Big Trouble in Little China, but pretty good. The heart and soul of this movie is the relationship between Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon, one of the best duos I've ever seen in movies. It's as if the director gave him full control over the script and full control for room of banter and things like that. The great thing about it is that they really look out for each other in the whole movie. Fred Ward is older to Kevin Bacon, and they're two handymen in this town that dream of having a better life and better work and things like that. Although Fred Ward is his friend, he acts more like an older brother and father figure, but they're fantastic in the movie. All the characters in town I was rooting for and I'd hope would survive at the very end. They're all very memorable and they're each given room to breathe, which is really important. One in particular is Victor Wong, a Chinese American who was also in Big Trouble in Little China. He plays like the shopkeeper of the film. He steals the show. He's so funny. Also, there's a gun nut couple that have built like this bunker for an impending apocalypse that they think might happen. They're armed to the teeth with all kinds of weapons and they're fantastic as well. They're played by Michael Gross and Reba McEntire, yes, the country singer, and they're fantastic. The monsters of this film are these giant worms that move at lightning speed under the ground. What they have are these like serpent-like tongues that shoot out and grab their prey and pull them into the mouth. They're blind, but they can only see through vibrations on the ground, so if you stand absolutely still, they're most likely to move past you. They're also extremely intelligent, working out what you're trying to do and often trying to counter it. The special effects used to portray them, and now bear in mind this is pre-CGI, often utilizes puppetry and CGI effects, and I think they're used to great use in this film. It looked fantastic. This is a buddy film, a comedy, a horror film, and a holdout film, much in the same tradition as Night of the Living Dead or Assault on Precinct 13, where everyone must work together to survive, and they do this all in under 96 minutes, which is amazing. What's even more remarkable about this movie, it's a horror film set in the day. Not many films do that or pull it off to the extent they do in this. It still manages to make the monsters a real threat. The director Ron Underwood does a phenomenal job at maintaining the horror elements, the comedy, and allowing characters room to breathe. It's also at heart a grand action film where the action never gets dull. It's always exciting and moving and directed with a lot of enthusiasm. Now, one of the key scenes in this film is the death of an old couple. Basically, they move to this town to retire. I think they're both doctors of the town, and they've got this like half-built house that they're working on, and they're sitting up looking at the stars. It's set at nighttime, and they're talking about how wonderful the rest of their lives are going to be. And then the monsters attack and kills them. First him and then the girl. What's very tragic about this scene is the way they die. First, the husband dies, and it's a big struggle. The wife's like crying, trying to help him as he's pulled under into the ground, and then she dies. It shows that the monsters are a real threat in this movie, as well as show a sense of tragedy, which is a key scene in this movie. But the best scene, no doubt, is the big shootout. The monsters try to break into the gun nut home where they're holding out in their like basement, and unfortunately for the worm, he runs into the gun nut couple who are armed to the teeth, shooting him with everything they've got. It'll have you off your seat cheering loudly. It's a fantastic scene. This movie also spawned 3 sequels, one of which I did see when I was a kid, which was okay, but it was nothing compared to Tremors. Andy, thank you so much for this request. It's an excellent movie and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Guys, if you want to make requests, our Facebook page, facebook.com/podmeifyoucan, is the place to do it. In this YouTube video, in the comments, leave us a note. Which Tremors is the best? Tremors 1, 2, 3, or 4? If you agree with Lloyd, that'd be great. Tremors, obviously a fantastic film. Tremors 2 has Fred Ward. Tremors 3 and 4 star Michael Gross. Let us know, and if you think it should be remade, even. We look forward to reading your comments, guys. As always, you can find more videos from us at our YouTube channel, or more podcasts at www.podmeifyoucan.com.